Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Monday. So I had a little word, and I actually was supposed to been said this, but I procrastinate. So I wanted to share this word with y'all. I let some people come in, but I'm not gonna keep it. Y'all know I'm not gonna keep it too long. But I do want to give this to my sisters, all my ladies. I got a word for you, sis. I know the last one, maybe some of y'all didn't like what I had to say. Some people don't ever like what I had to say, and I really don't care. So y'all just catch this tea. Whoever this is for, you gonna feel it in your heart, and when you feel it in your heart, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and share it with your friend. Hi, go ahead and do all of that good stuff. Whoever this word is for, I hope that it gets to you the way it's supposed to get to you, you know what I'm saying? And I hope that this word it activates something in my women, especially in my women who might have been struggling, with your value and your self-worth, because like we've all been there. And I don't ever want to, people think that, well, I don't want to say people, but you never know what women struggle with when it comes to their confidence, or how they look at themselves, or how they view themselves in the world. We never know. And you never know what each individual woman is going through in their journey. And so I just pray that whoever this word is for, whoever it gets to, it gives you what you need it to give you. And if you could take something from it, learn a lesson, because this is something that I definitely had to learn. And y'all know I love to speak on my experiences, because it be real. Like, y'all let me go through real life stuff. I've been through real life stuff. Me to only be 28. Like, I didn't seen a lot, experienced a lot, but that's neither here nor there. So today, I want to talk about the pick me attitude. And I know that's something that, well, I thought this was something that was old, and that a lot of people, I thought we was past this. Let me just say that. I thought we was past this. But just because I understand it doesn't necessarily mean that another person understands it. So that's why I think that these videos are so important, because it gives me the opportunity to give that word of advice to somebody who might not understand it, might not get it. While I'm talking about, I don't own the copyrights to this music. This is Lauryn Hill and Nina Simone. So if y'all are interested in that, y'all need to go ahead and check out this playlist, because it's very beautiful. Okay. So I want to talk about the pick me attitude. I want to talk about women who feel like they have to tell their qualifications to people when they meet them, and especially men. Like, I feel like a lot of times women, we feel like we have to validate who we are. For whatever reason, I'm not sure yet. I really don't understand it, because I still don't even understand why I used to feel like that. So I can't really pinpoint a reason why women do that, but I know that we do it. We feel like we have to validate it. Maybe we didn't, okay, maybe as a child we weren't told, that we were valuable. So we never understood what it meant to be of value. So now that we are developing our own value, and we feel like we have to express that to other people, or share that, or voice that for somebody else to get it. And so I want to read what I wrote, because y'all know I wrote something in my cute little pink pen. But I want to read what I wrote, and then I just want to kind of talk about it a little bit, because I feel like it's so necessary for women, my sister friends, my girls, my ladies in this place with style and grace. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've said this in videos before. I've talked about this, like, sis, you're the one, you're the prize, you're the winner, ding ding ding, it's you the lotto, big lotto. You know what I'm saying? But you can say that all day, but if you don't really harness that internally, and if my sister doesn't really know that internally, then there's going to be certain things that us as women do to try to let that light that we have, make sure that light is shining, when you really just need to know that you are the light, sis. You're the light, you the prize. That's just period. You the one. Okay. So what I wrote here is, sis, there is no need to prove your value to a man. The one for you will see you and act accordingly. Stop proving your worth. Stop with the pick me mentality. You know your worth. You know your value. If he doesn't, you cannot force him to. Okay? So let's talk about it. Like, as a woman, you know what you bring to the table. If you're an educated woman, if you got a business, if you are working, you got an excellent salary, and you can take care of yourself, you can pay your bills, like, you know your worth as a woman. There is no need for you as a woman to feel like you have to tell a man your qualifications. There's no need for that, because if a man doesn't see your value, 9 times out of 10, that ain't your man. Because your man, just like I said, when Adam saw Eve, he looked at her and he said, "This is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh." He already knew what that woman was, who she was. She didn't have to say anything. She didn't have to introduce herself. She had to be like, "Yeah, Adam, so I got my own car and I'm paying my rent and I know how to cook and clean and do it." She didn't have to do all of that. The only thing she had to do was be presented to him. And Adam said, "This is bone of my bone. This is flesh of my flesh." So, sis, stop feeling like you have to tell these men what you bring to the table. There's no need for that. And bruh, and I could just even put it for men too, but I'm really talking to my women because I feel like we do this a lot. But even my men too, you don't have to validate yourself to a woman either. If you know you got your stuff together, if you know you ain't calling your mama every 5 seconds to help you handle life, there's no need for you to tell sis how much money you got in the bank. It's none of her business. If you're handling business, you should not have to validate yourself to anybody. So sis, I'm coming back to you. Because I'm a woman, I can speak at this from a woman's perspective because I've only experienced life as a woman. A lot of times we feel like we have to tell men what our qualifications are. Oh, well, I got such and such amount of money. I make such and such amount of money throughout the year. I could do this. I could do that by myself. I don't need you. I got it. You don't have to do all of that, because a woman of high value, whatever you bring to the table, whatever you are, it's automatically going to show. That man is going to see it when he looks at you. He's going to see it because you're going to wear it on you. If you really are a high value woman and you really are the woman that you say you are, you really about your business, a man's going to look at you and he's going to know. Like, he's going to be like, yeah, that's her. She the one. That's her right there. Like, yeah, she the one. It ain't nobody really, you know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of women, but ain't nobody mess with her. A man's going to know that. He's going to know that. He's going to see it's going to be all over you. But I feel like women, a lot of times we feel like I said, maybe because there was nobody in our life that told us we were valuable. If you didn't grow up with a father, then sometimes you experience that. But if nobody ever told you were valuable, you always feel like you got to justify your value to people. But I'm here to tell you today, sis, that you don't have to do that. If that man that can't look at you and tell that you hit different, if he can't look at you and tell that you are of value, that particular man might not be the man for you, because he might be blind. He might still have the work that he need to do. He might haven't stepped into his state of value yet. There's so many things that could play so many factors that can play into that. But one thing I know, one thing about it, and two things for sure, I'm not telling a man my qualifications. I don't have time for me to be like, oh yeah, well I could do this and I could do that and I know how to do this, just for him to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go with you. No, if you don't see that, bruh, I'm sorry for you, because the next brother gonna see it. And a lot of times that's what end up happening. And then, to be honest, some men can't even see, because sometimes God, that person ain't for you. So God don't want that person to see your value, because that person isn't for you. So he'll hide your value from that person, because that's not the person that God wants you to be with. Catch that T. Like I said, he might not be able to see your value because God doesn't want him to see your value, because he wants somebody else who is better suited for the pair that he's already preordained to see your value. So he's saving you. He's covering you. And then a lot of times the person that can't see your value, a lot of times somebody that you don't even need to be with anyway. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. These people that sometimes the people that we want to see us, people that we want to be with, a lot of times are not healthy choices for us. We could just, I'm just calling a spade a spade. Like I said, I'm only speaking off of my personal experiences, what I have seen, what I have experienced. Me feeling like I had to validate who I was as a woman for a man to see me valuable. If he didn't, because I didn't understand that I was already valuable enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like as women, we have to understand that. We have to know our worth. Because if we don't know our worth, if we don't know what we bring to the table, we're going to continuously be looking for somebody to validate that for us, when you don't have to do that. If you know your value, stick with it. And I wrote down on here, I put like when it comes to a diamond, like nobody has to look at a diamond. I mean, you can get a cubic because zirconian or however you say it, whatever, and it could be fake. But a real diamond, like ain't nobody trying to guess what the value of it is. If you got a real diamond, you know you got a little bit of a commodity in your hands. Period. Ain't nobody trying to figure out and guess, is this diamond worth anything? You know what a diamond is worth. The same thing with gold. Gold is already set at a price. It already has a value. You could look at the gold and say, okay, yeah, that's real gold. Yeah, it's worth something. Sis, you're really a diamond. You're really gold. There's no need for you to validate or prove or have to express your qualifications to anybody. Like I said, if that person can't see it, that's not your person. And that's just what it is. And we have to be okay with that. And it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. We have to understand that it's okay for that person not to see your value. But what we can't do, sis, what we can't do is feel like we have to validate ourselves to everybody that we meet. Everybody don't need to know your qualifications. Everybody don't need to know how much money you got in the bank. Every man don't need to know what car you can pay for and what you can do in them. No, everybody don't need to know that. Because your person is going to know what you bring to the table. They're going to see it on you. I remember one time I was talking to somebody and they said to me, and it hit me because it was a powerful statement. He was like, I don't need your qualifications. I already picked you. And I was like, oh, okay, let me be quiet then. You know what I'm saying? But I get that now. Like, we spend a lot of time trying to prove who we are as women when we don't have to do that. And I really, like I said, I really feel like that comes from not having somebody in the household telling you on a consistent basis, i.e. a father figure telling you, like, you that girl, like, you're a princess, you are worth X, Y, and Z, whatever that may be. That's, in my opinion, that's where I think it comes from. And so that's why we look for outside sources to tell us that, or feel like we have to validate that. But I'm here to tell you today, sis, I'm here to tell you today, if ain't nobody ever told you, Kay the coach has told you today, your value, you do not have to explain that to nobody. You do not have to validate how much you are worth. You don't have to validate what your qualifications are to a man in order for him to be with you. You don't have to do that. Only thing you have to do is be yourself. Be the queen that you are. Be a lady. Be a grown woman. Be about your business. To my sisters in the kingdom, being about your father's business, whatever way it might be, but be about the business. Be the woman that you're supposed to be, being that Proverbs 31 woman, and the right man is going to see that, and he's going to love that. We spend so much time trying to be the right women for the wrong individuals. I've been there. Got a t-shirt, a hat, a keychain, a little balloon. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But I've learned from that. And so if I could just give that advice to somebody so they wouldn't have to experience that, I would tell you, sis, stop validating yourself. Stop feeling like you got to keep a running list of all the things that you're capable of doing and proving that to somebody. No, we're not doing that in 2021. If bruh can't see your value, if he can't see what you bring to the table, that person, either they not meant to see it because God got a covering over you, or that person don't want to see it. But there's nothing that you can do, and there's nothing that you should be doing trying to prove what your value is to another person. Period. We ain't doing that. Stop it. We're not doing that. You a diamond, you're gold, you're a queen, whatever you want to call it. And ain't nobody questioning the price or the worth or the value of a diamond. Ain't nobody questioning the price or the worth or the value of gold. They just know it costs something. And so if you are in a situation where you feel like your value or your worth is being questioned, you need to really sit back and ask yourself, is it worth it? Because you don't need to be in a situation where you're constantly questioning your value and your worth as a woman. Because I've been there too. And that does not feel good when you're with somebody who makes you question what your value is. First of all, it's an issue because you should already know where you are, who you are as a woman. But a lot of times women who grew up in single parent households without their fathers around, this is not an excuse. I'm just telling you because I've seen it, because I lived it. A lot of times women like that, we struggle because we're trying to figure out our own value. If the first man that was supposed to love you in the world didn't give you that love, where are you going to find it? Let's just be honest. So I don't, like I said, I don't want to make these videos long, but I just have to tell y'all, like, you don't validate yourself to nobody. You don't have to validate yourself to nobody. If that man doesn't see who you are, if he cannot look at you and say, that's the one right there, then you need to leave that man alone. Because when Adam saw Eve, he looked at her, he said, this is bone of my bone, this flesh of my flesh, and that was it. And he knew. He knew. Because a real man is going to know. He's going to know. He's going to look at you and he's going to be able to know, like, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And then that's going to be the end of it. And it's not going to be no back and forth. It's not going to be no, oh, maybe, possibly, what if I know? He's going to know. He's going to do what he needs to do to keep you close because he knows that you're the one. He doesn't want anybody else to get you. And no, it's not about being overly possessive. That's another thing as women. Like, we feel like when a man... You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a man will see your value and he ain't got no plans of you going nowhere. So that's why he be like, nah, you need to stick close to me. And it don't got nothing to do with this man trying to be controlling. Y'all need to let that little girl stuff go. It ain't got nothing to do with a man trying to control you. If a man really sees your value, he's trying to make sure that the next one don't get it. Because he know that he can win with you on his team. So we really got to let that little girl mindset go of, oh, well, this man, he trying to control me. No, if that man really sees who you are as a woman, he's trying to keep you close because he don't want nobody else to get what's for him. Because like I said, a real man is going to know your worth. He going to know it. He's going to look at you. He's going to be able to tell this is a diamond. I don't want nobody else getting my diamond. So for real, sis, we really, as like a lot of women, we have to let that little girl mindset go of thinking that, oh, well, my man didn't want me to wear this out. How could he tell me how I'm supposed to look, how I'm supposed to dress? No, that ain't got nothing to do with him trying to be controlling. If you got daddy issues, just say that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. A lot of times these men see who you are. They don't want nobody else getting their diamond. If you had a bag full of diamonds and they was shining and looking beautiful, would you want somebody to come and take that? No, you gonna protect it and guard it with your life. So for all of those women who feel like, oh, well, my man can't tell me what to wear, my man can't do that, baby, you must don't want no man. Like I said in my last video, if you want a little boy, just say that. If you want a son, just say that. But I'm talking about real men. And let me tell you something else about real men. A real man, you don't even have to explain yourself to a real man. Like you don't have to do nothing but be the woman that you are. That's it. That's it. You don't have to do nothing but be the woman that you are for a real man to say, this is the one I want to be with. Because a real man, he already know what he wants. I'm not talking about a little boy who's still trying to figure it out. He don't know which way is up. I don't know how to communicate. I got issues with nah. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real men, real life men. You don't got to do nothing, baby, but be the woman that you are. Be the classy, beautiful woman, smart, educated woman that you are. And a real man is gonna pick up on that. He's definitely gonna want to put you on the team. Definitely. What's that song of Beyonce? I ain't trying to shout out Beyonce, but I'm just saying when she said, when you in them big meetings for them M's and it takes me just to compliment the deal. Yeah, a real man, he already know what he got. He gonna want you on the team. I'm telling you. So there's no need to validate who you are as a woman to a man, because a real man is already gonna know what you bring to the table. He gonna look at how you carry yourself. He gonna look at how you keep your hair, how you take care of your body. Do you take care of yourself? And I'm not talking about, oh, you gotta be fit and have a big booty and breast. No, I'm not talking about that. But do you take care of you? That's the type of stuff that men pay attention to. Y'all, we be thinking it got to do with our bag. No, society makes you think that, if you ain't this, if you ain't got this amount of money, and you ain't this, no. That's society. That's the earth. But we're in the world and not of it. So you need to know, like, that ain't got nothing to do with a man picking you. What it comes down to is how you carry yourself, how you take care of yourself, and how you treat you. And also, how do you make that man feel? Do you make him feel comfortable? Do you make him feel like he could trust you? He could talk to you. He could lean on you when he going through stuff. If you can't make a man feel like that, that's not going to make that man want to stick around. It don't matter how much money you got, how much booty you done paid for, how many times you done injected your lips, how many times you done got new titties. If you cannot make a man feel comfortable and be his resting place, because men go through a lot in this world. If you can't make a man feel comfortable and be what he needs, it don't matter how much money you got. You could talk about your qualifications all day. He gonna do, y'all know what they do, and that's gonna be the end of it. On to the next. And I'm just being honest. So I said what I said. So I just want to close this. Your person will see you, and there will be no question in your value. Your person's gonna know who you are. He's gonna know what you bring to the table. There's gonna be no question about it. Ain't gonna be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He gonna see what it is. He ain't gonna want nobody else to get it. And that's gonna be the end of it. And if these men, y'all messing with these men, and they acting like they don't care about your value, they don't see your value, you got a couple of situations, like I said. Either God got a covering on you, and that's not your person. That's why they can't see your value, because God doesn't want them to. That person's not interested in you for real. They're only there for one reason and one reason only. And when they get tired of that, they're gonna move on to the next. Or that person's not mature enough to see it, and you're not even supposed to be dealing with them anyway. And you just settling because you don't want to be by yourself. Okay, so I'm gonna close with this, y'all. I thought this was a very powerful verse, because one thing about it, two things for sure. We all have the DNA of a wife. Everybody has that DNA. It's just about when it activates inside of you, when God ordains your spouse and it activates. But we all have that DNA of a wife. Everybody talking about they want to be a hot girl, but deep down inside, there's somebody for everybody. So we all have that DNA of a wife and being in a relationship with someone. So don't let celebrities and all these people fool you, because even Megan Thee Stallion got a boyfriend. We all want a companion. We all want companionship. So don't ever think that just because you living your best life that there ain't somebody for you, because we all have that DNA of being in a relationship. Don't let these people fool you. Period. I said what I said. So I'm gonna close off with this. This is from Proverbs 31, verses 10 through 11. And it's y'all know Proverbs 31, the Proverbs 31 woman, okay? But this says, a wife of noble character who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing in value. So, like I said, you don't have to explain your value to nobody, sis. You don't have to, because your man, he's gonna already know. He's gonna already see. He gonna already be like, oh yeah, that's babe. Better not nobody touch her. Better not nobody talk to her. Stay close. You know what I'm saying? My rib, get close. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't let society fool you. You don't have to define your value to a man. You don't have to let anybody know how much money you have, what kind of car you can afford, how much bills you pay on your own. If you're living on your own and you're driving your own car, I'm pretty sure that man knows that you can sustain yourself. There's no need to validate your value or anything to a man or anybody for that matter, because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Who you are as a person, that's what really matters, y'all. So that's it. Thank y'all for tuning in. If this video did something to you, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and share it. Save it to your story. Send it to your friend. Whatever you want to do. I thank y'all so much for being here. Yeah, feel free to check out my book, Still a Rose. It is available today at www.knowyoursessence.org. If you're interested in booking a one-on-one consultation with me, the first one-on-one consultation is free. We just basically talk about where you're going and how you're trying to get there and all that good stuff. But yeah, all the information is in my bio, so make sure that you click the link if you are interested. Thank y'all so much. I love you for free. Peace, long live 30. Y'all have an amazing Monday.